Hey new mama, it's Ellie. Welcome back. If you're new, hit subscribe down below. In today's video, I want to give you a few quick tips on how to survive that first week home. It's an intense week, and so preparing for it is like the best thing you can do. So, tip number 1, have a plan. Now when I say have a plan, I just mean decide what you're gonna do and make sure everyone else knows that. So my plan was to be in bed for at least the first 2 or 3 days. And obviously the baby was going to be with me. After that, I did move down to the couch, but that was my plan. But just have an idea of where you want to go. I remember bringing my first daughter home and I sat down at the kitchen table with her in my arms and had literally no idea what to do. And that was pretty frightening. So especially if it's your first, just know where you're gonna go, have diapers and wipes ready to go in that space, and it will help you a lot just to kind of know what to do once you come in the door. Tip number 2 is to have food prepared. So you can do freezer meals. I did freezer meals. I also just stocked up on groceries. I tried to make sure that we wouldn't have to go grocery shopping for at least 1 month. And that way, I didn't have to worry about it. My husband didn't have to worry about it. And it just let us be at home with the baby and still eating. So let me know if you guys want to see a freezer meal video. I kind of put together a spreadsheet and it worked out really well. If that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments down below. Tip number 3, and this is probably my biggest tip of all time, and that is do not get out of bed in the night if you can help it. Now, there are certain circumstances where you're not going to be able to help it, and that's fine, but prepare your space, your bed space, so that you literally don't have to put your feet on the floor. Or eventually even turn on a light. So the way that I did this was, first of all, I had the Halo Bassinest, which is amazing. Number 2 is having the diapers and wipes and anything else you might need for them also right there next to you. If you're not breastfeeding and you are formula feeding, one thing that you can do, because I did eventually have my first daughter on formula, and the way that I did it was I would pre-measure the water in one bottle and then the formula powder in another bottle, so they were both sealed, and then you just mix them in the night. Just pour the water into the one with the powder and shake it up. Now, this is assuming your baby does not need it warm, but if they did, you could consider maybe putting a bottle warmer right there next to you. So once I was finished recovering in bed after the first 2 or 3 days, I did move down to the couch. And my tip for the couch, tip number 4, is have a TV tray next to you. Or what I used was a little pretty tray with handles on it and an edge so stuff couldn't fall off. And so what I would pile up on this was everything I needed to basically knock it off the couch. And if I did have to move, I could take that tray with me. So I had burp rags, I had breastfeeding supplies, like lanolin and those jelly, what are those called? Soothies? I don't know, they're amazing. My water, critical. Snacks, a remote, my phone, anything I might need. And lastly, tip number 6 or 5, I don't know. Get different sizes of pads, but definitely have some light ones on hand because wearing a diaper gets old fast. I think that's all of it for the first week. That's just for the first week. Now, there is so much more you can do to prepare for baby, and I would be more than happy to do a video on that. If you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. I think I would call it a nesting video, so what I do to nest for a baby. Let me know if you have any questions or tips of your own. I would love to hear them, and everyone watching definitely would love to hear them. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.